I have represented victims of car accidents with semis and other big trucks for over 35 years. These accidents could have been avoided. Each week, I will share a tip on how to make the roadways safer. These involve steps that need to be taken by semi drivers, car drivers, as well as trucking companies. My tip this week is for those folks driving passenger vehicles in construction zones. Construction zones can be extraordinarily dangerous. The leading cause of wrecks in construction zones is speed. Construction zones will have a reduced speed limit. Unfortunately, most people don't obey those speed limits. Speed is the leading factor for wrecks in a construction zone. So when you're driving a car or a passenger vehicle through a construction zone, you need to be extraordinarily careful. First of all, one of the tips I tell my own children is that if you're in a construction zone, or you're entering a construction zone, or you're approaching, you see signs that say construction zones ahead. My recommendation would be that you get in front of other vehicles so you're not the last one entering into the construction zone. By placing your vehicle in front of other cars or in between cars, believe me, you'll be a lot safer. Unfortunately, a lot of the fatalities that I've represented, the families of people who were killed in construction zones, a lot of times those folks are in the back. They're the very last or second to last vehicle in line going into a construction zone, and they've been hit by a semi tractor trailer who did not slow down or didn't anticipate stop traffic. So I would never, if I'm going into a construction zone, when I personally go into construction zones, I never put myself in between two semis. I don't sit behind semis because if you're knocked into them, you may go underneath them. And I don't ever get in front of a semi. So position yourself between cars. Try not to position yourself between semis. Avoid being the last vehicle in line. Give yourself an out. Try to get into the lane that actually has an out, maybe a ditch. If you're the one next to the concrete barrier, then you don't have an out typically. And so if you look in your mirror and you see a semi barreling down on you or a car coming too fast, you have nowhere to go because traffic may be stopped or slowed in front of you. Whereas if you're in the lane where there is a ditch, you would prefer not to go into the ditch, but believe me, that's better than being rear-ended by a semi. You want to make sure your car has gas. You do not want to have your car run out of gas or break down in a construction zone. So if you're driving a car into a construction zone, it should have plenty of gas. You should make sure it's in good working order. If it's not in good working order or you don't have gas, avoid the construction zone. Take a different route. Never be in a hurry. Make sure you give yourself plenty of time so that if you do get stuck or you're delayed, it doesn't matter. Use your GPS and try to avoid construction zones if you can. If you're driving a car in a construction zone, be respectful of the other vehicles in the construction zone. Make sure that you're not just weaving in and out of the traffic. If you see a semi and a semi's left room in front of it, there's a reason why it's left its room, because it can't stop as quickly as what a car can. And so when you zip in front of a semi, you're not only endangering the semi, but you're also endangering yourself. So be respectful, give yourself plenty of room, and then leave the room for the other vehicles on the roadway.